I'm going to talk about limitations. The limitations of the hedge funds. The limitations of us. See, this situation, it boils down to something very simple. We're all in a game of chicken, and it's simply a matter of who blinks first. Either we sell early or we hold and then they're done. There's no in between with that. They are going to lie just as they always have. We see all the lies that they put out there, all the crime, everything they're willing to do. Burn down warehouses, lie to Congress, you name it. We've seen it. You can't trust a word any of these people say, especially any of the words that come from the FUD and the shills that plague social media and Weeble comment sections, etc. They lie constantly. And the thing that they're absolutely going to lie about once this kicks off is when they are done, right? At what point are they taken out of the equation? No more liquidity, all dried up, and close the doors. They're going to claim that that's what happens long before it actually is. And they're going to pay the news. They're going to release articles. There's going to be YouTubers talking about how we've reached the peak and to sell now because it's over. They've lost. And now it's time for us to sell because they've lost and therefore it can't go any higher. And that's going to be a lie. A lot of the price anchoring that we see out there right now around the triple digit price range, people like to throw around the term vaporized. The shorts are going to be vaporized. The hedge funds are going to be vaporized. As if the term vaporized actually means something. It doesn't. It's all fluff. It's a buzzword. But people are saying that triple digits means they're going to be vaporized and we can't go higher than that. That's completely false. Selling at triple digits, they're still going to be in the game. There's no change that comes from triple digits. If this was a triple digit play, it would have happened by now. They wouldn't be burning evidence. They wouldn't be lying to Congress. They wouldn't be doing everything that they're doing if this was a triple digit play. So that is nonsense. You have to understand that these people, these top 1% who own the market, have a stranglehold on the crypto market, the assets that they have, their way of life is completely separate and disconnected from all of ours. They don't know how to live like we do. So to them, selling some of their multi-million dollar assets is the end of the world. For them, dropping down a tax bracket is unthinkable to them. Going from high class to middle class to them is a death sentence. Going down further from that and living in an apartment, renting out an apartment like most of us are, or paying mortgage on a small house is unthinkable. And that scares them to death. So they're going to be waving the white flag, saying, we're done, we're toast, you've won, long before they ever get close to any of those scenarios. Don't get it twisted. Their main goal, it's going to squeeze. This is going to squeeze. It's going to pop off. Everyone knows that. No one's questioning that right now. Their only hope is to try to get us to sell before any of those points that I listed are met. They want to stay alive. They want to stay in the game. That's number one. If we push past that, they want to keep as much as they can. If it pushes past that, they want to remain high class. Past that, middle class. Past that, you name it. That's the point of this. Is pushing them beyond where they think their limitations are, because with the way that they've been used to be living, in their minds, they have a line where that limit is, where they would consider themselves to be done. But we know that they can be pushed way past that. And it is not triple digit play. The end of the world for them is long before they're actually done. But as long as we hold, they have no say in the matter. I'm going to tell a personal story and relate it to the run-up last June to where we are right now, leading into the end. Years ago, I entered a profession that was very physically and mentally demanding. Since day one of learning the job, there was 10 plus hours a day of running, calisthenics, surface swim, underwater swim, accomplishing tasks underwater, you name it. We were gassed the entire time. And I remember on day one, we were running for God knows how long or how fast. But everyone who was out there was completely smoked. And the instructor leading the pack stopped us for a brief moment, looked at us and said, I want you to see how you're feeling right now. And we're all gasping for air, wouldn't be able to speak if we wanted to from how hard we were breathing. And he said, this is as easy as it's going to get. From this point forward, it only gets harder. And he asked if anybody wanted to quit. No one did. And we continued. And it did get a lot harder from that point onward. Throughout the next days, weeks, you had people fall out. There was an air horn where once you were at your limit, at your end, you went up and blew the air horn, and that was it. You were done. You were out. And everyone else kept getting pushed. And at the end of every day, when you're lying in bed, exhausted, hardly able to move, every muscle covered in icy hot, as you try to go to sleep so you'd have enough energy to do it all again the next day, but harder, more intense. We found ourselves pushed beyond the limitations that we thought were possible. And I see that very similar to the play that we're in now. Last year, last June, with our run up to $72, that was the initial run that we were on. This past year, as they've been shorted and had breathing room to bring the price down to where we are today before our next inevitable run up, that's the lull. And with everyone holding and buying the way that we have, that's us telling them, hey, last June, that's the easiest it's gonna get. And we're close to the end game now with everything going on. So that run's about to get picked back up. And pretty soon, certain funds they're gonna be out. All these short sellers, they're gonna be done. They're gonna be out. Because when we hold and that price rises, it's gonna suck them dry. And they're gonna wave the white flag. They're gonna say that they're done. But that's gonna be a lie. That's why a lot of people have adopted the no sell, no sell philosophy. Because we're not going to let them be done until they're in jail for what they've done. Because they have committed crimes. They have lied in front of Congress. Now, I'm not a financial advisor, and this isn't financial advice, but I thought I'd share that with you guys. I'll see y'all on the moon.